Welcome back to 6 News at 6. We did, in fact, issue a weather impact alert for today. And of course, the reason why was Hurricane Beryl, now Tropical Storm Beryl, soon to be post-tropical depression Beryl as it continues to move off to the northeast there out of our area. So this is what we're left with in the 6 o'clock hour. Just a few wraparound showers from Meridian down towards Waco. Again, not much of consequence there. The heaviest rain still well off to our northeast as the storm does continue to track off towards Texarkana and eventually off into Arkansas as well. Here's the center of rotation right now, kind of between Anderson and Cherokee County right now. And again, it's pushing north-northeast at about 15 miles per hour. Not really in a huge hurry to go anywhere very fast, as it hasn't been all morning long. But again, you can see most of the heaviest rain right now from Shreveport up towards Hugo there along the Red River, and again staying in the eastern counties of the DFW Metroplex. And again, there's just a little bit of that wraparound activity there for the western parts of DFW as well. Other than that, we're pretty much done with Beryl at this point. We're going to move on into the rest of the night. A very quiet night. What did it leave in its path? Well, the answer to that question is unfortunately not much in the way of rainfall numbers. In fact, for College Station, Bryan College Station, up towards an inch and a half, right around an inch in Caldwell, nearly 2 inches in Centerville. The rest of us, though, kind of left out of the game here as we saw basically a tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch across the I-35 corridor. In fact, anywhere between about 40 miles of the I-35 corridor, not seeing a lot of consequential rain earlier this afternoon. In terms of what we're left with in the wind category, now there is a little bit of a story here. Some of us still seeing those gusts of 20 to 25 in the last hour or so. Closer to 30 to 35 there from Centerville up to Corsicana along I-45, and that's because the core of the storm, as we talked about before, is right there just next to those areas. Now, as Beryl came through, yes, it came on shore in Houston with those 80 to 90 mile per hour winds. As it came through the Brazos Valley, not much of a slouch there either. Take a look here, 65 miles per hour, the highest recorded wind gust there in Bryan College Station today. Compare that to the I-35 corridor. You can see the sharp drop off with those wind speeds. Highest gust recorded in Waco today, only about 34 miles per hour. So again, the strongest winds, the heaviest rains there were in the Brazos Valley and along the I-45 corridor today. One thing it did leave us, though, a pretty nice day, all things considered. 86 out there right now, feels like 91. North winds at about 14 miles per hour. And really, anytime you can put an 8 on there in the month of July, that is good news. But take a look at this. Gets even better when you take a look at the map of the area. Some areas in the 70s at this hour. Centerville was down to about 68 just about an hour ago. Now back up to 70, 75 in Mahia and Fairfield, 76 right now in Corsicana. You can see areas well west of Beryl. We're able to recover a little bit this afternoon back into the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees in a few spots. For tonight, it's going to be a pretty nice night altogether. Once we get to tomorrow morning, some areas could fall into the 60s, most of us right around 70 degrees. And then tomorrow afternoon, a couple of degrees below the averages for this time of the year. I know 93 is still warm. I understand that. But it's still pretty nice for this time of the year in central Texas. So let's talk about rain chances, because we talked about the temperatures. They're going to be nice over the next few days. Rain chances. As Beryl moves out, are we going to be left with anything? Well, the answer to that is maybe. So Beryl is going to kind of reconvene with the jet stream here, move off to the northeast. That leaves us under that northwesterly flow, which you know is kind of the breeding grounds for some shower and thunderstorm activity for us here in central Texas. Now, as we get closer to the weekend, yes, high pressure does settle back in. So that'll shut that off and get us back to business as usual as we head towards Saturday, Sunday, and next week. But over the next few days, could see a shower or two. So that's something that we will be on the lookout for. In fact, about a 10 to 20% chance basically every day through Friday before we shut everything off, bring those temperatures back up into the upper 90s, close to 100 as we head into next week.